Hey, what's up everybody? It's Justin Rocks, and I am slowly working back on my base up here. I've got to get a majority more of building materials just to be able to build up what I would like to. I'm thinking about putting walls at least up to that height right there. That way when I do a ceiling on top of it, it'll pretty much make this a big open room. And then at the bottom down here where I put my base foundation and then had to block off some of the spots where it got a little bit higher and lower, I was going to just use this as storage, my refining forges and stuff until I can get the actual industrial forge. And currently I don't have any fridges over here. Just letting that meat spoil out. Because I've done made so many narcotics that I've gotten to the point of going, well, it's becoming a storage factor. Got a couple cool things here and there. Cooked meat jerkies just come from supply crates and this and that. The Enduro stew as well. I haven't hunted much fish except for my Kairuku farm that I've got going on down by the Blue Obelisk. And as far as making spark powder and the rest of the materials I kind of need here and there, I'm just fumbling around currently. It's been a slow couple weeks for art. I mean, every time that I feel like there's been a couple patches and I want to play some more, it seems like this or that's going on in the community, and I've gotten to the point where I just let it slide. So I'll do what I can, but I can't change what is. It's one of those things when you want to play it, but you're waiting for that major update that'll just kind of stop with all the game-breaking bugs. I've only crashed out on this map twice. Once was while building the stone foundation up there, and the other time I was literally flying over there to get an Argentavis on my Pteranodon, and it just crashed. I don't know if I went into one of the structures a little bit too fast, what I was doing, but I was lucky enough that it pulled my save file back to my base over here, so I did not have much of an issue. I was actually talking the other day about possibly mining everything off of one of these small islands and using it as my Kairaiku farm, because although I love the little things, they really are helpful, especially when you're breeding them for eggs to get organic polymer. I cannot stand the sound of them. It's just one of those things that noise, it messes with me hard, and especially when you've got so many of them in one area. Oh, look at Sharky over here. Carbionimus seems to have gone too far. Speaking of, I have a Carbionimus somewhere up in that area that I do have to go recapture. And a Carnotosaurus over there by the redwoods that, in all honesty, I'm very surprised has survived as long as it has, because I completely neglected the fact it was there. One aspect of this game that I truly love is the fact that there are now babies. So, if you can find a baby of a dinosaur, you just got to take the parents out, whichever one it's bonded to. Oh, there goes those Kairaikus. And then you can easily tame it. But taming it in the wild can be somewhat aggravating. You want to make sure you have at least a couple of these extra cryopods, cryopod it as quickly as possible, and bring it home to a base. And that makes it a much easier endeavor. I actually did replace my ladder over here with a set of stairs, which currently I don't know if I like because of my Rex placement. But so far the Oviraptors are doing their jobs, the Kairaikus are doing their jobs, and we're just going to stay steady, letting them pump out eggs for as many that I have. They do take a good bit of fish, but I also like to just put as much fish on them as possible. That way, if I go hatching eggs, I don't have to worry about having extra fish meat backed up. Now that I have some fridges, that might actually become an easier project. Currently, I'm not wanting to go into the ocean much more, because every time I do, I seem to run into the plesiosaurus constantly. I don't mind the constant anglerfish. Don't mind the constant megalodons. Not a big fan of the plesiosaurus. Thought it was one of the coolest dinosaurs when I first got into the ocean, but its attack radius is strange for me. Like, you can spin it quick, but you've got to seriously play around with it or keep its stamina in mind so you do not drop your health way too low. Right now I'm just going to try to get the basics of the better ingredients and stuff that I have put up in these chests and try to put them up in my refrigerators. That way I've got a little bit longer on them. I'm not sure. I'm not a big fan of the preserving bins once I have refrigerators, but there are materials like spoiled meat and stuff that I like to keep inside of them that sometimes I throw away, sometimes I prefer not to throw anything away. With the island, I would literally make as many storage boxes. Yeah, I know. I would make as many storage boxes as I possibly could and just keep all my spoiled meat and stuff like scrap armors, stuff that I found, weapons. Because once you get an industrial grinder, that stuff can come in handy majorly. But to get to the industrial grinder is not an easy feat. Unless you go absolutely play around with the beaver dams, you may be waiting a little while to get there. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, that was it, wasn't it? Yep, industrial grinder. So oil, I'm still slacking on. Crystal, I'm still well, yeah, never mind. I'm slacking on everything. I only have organic polymer right now. And I'm not saying that I couldn't get 600 organic polymer, but the 3200 metal, 800 cementing paste, I can get 2000 crystal and 600 oil, no problem. But 3200 metal, 800 cementing paste. It's going to have to be my next goals while I'm traveling around and playing. When did this get damaged? Well, it is what it is. I might have enough right here to repair it. I don't think it needs fiber. It doesn't. Wood, stone, thatch. Okay. That's just one of these things that when I find stuff that needs to be repaired inside my bases, I can't walk away from it. I'm literally like, alright, I gotta find something to repair it constantly. Because, one, unless I hit it, I don't know how it got damaged. There we go. Can't put fiber in there. Oh, and my door. I mean, I guess I technically don't need a door right here, but it just kind of helps with the fact I put a door frame there. The bigger dinosaur gateways, I put those in just so I could walk dinosaurs in from any angle or walk them out. Which I think it's funny, whichever side you open the door from is which way it opens. The massive dinosaur gate, I had put this here first so I could park my Brontosaurus in here, but after making it the way I did, I didn't want to put my Bronto in here. And my angler gel torch. Because for some reason, I don't like regular torches. At least not the red ones. The blue look better to me. So I've had a pretty good time. I've gotten to the point where I can't just get 3-hit killed by raptors anymore, so exploring around's a little bit more fun. You say that to me? I guess not. What about you? Okay then. I will say, here in just a second, we may try to run over there and grab that Carnotaurus and then flip-flop back around and see if we can find my Carbionimus. I'm not a big fan of using them, and especially with water traversal, because the plain and simple fact is they're not that fast. They do have some good benefits like health and being able to attack, but it's also an aggravation that last time I died over there, I just kind of took my Carbionimus and was like, alright, well, I will leave it here, get my RG, and go home. Where's Pteranodon? Nope, that's not it. Got a couple more walls I need to add in, this and that, but it's just one of those things. I bet he's down here. Yep, let's see if I can drop onto him. Y'all ready for this? Whee! Haha, got it. I have massive loads of fun in playing this game, but the struggle is real, because from time to time, you will get overloaded by it. Don't give up. Keep going. persevere, wait for updates, and figure out which direction you want to go next sometimes. I do like those mountains, but I was kind of upset whenever I tried to go to the top of them. Was like, yeah, that's not happening. There's a bunch of dinosaurs on here that I have not taken the time to try to tame. The Pelagornis was one of the ones that I wanted first and foremost. Oh my god, is that one pink? That one's pink and that one's purple and that one's green! Colorful dinos. That might not be pink. That might be more of a tan or peach color. But my wife would flip for the purple one. Although you do not want to try to trank them over water. Learned my mistake on that on the island. Haven't forgotten it. Usually the first thing I try to do is tame a couple of Hesperornis just because of their difficulty for taming. But I was having absolute ridiculous levels of no fish around the Hesperornis each time that I was getting near them. So, oh, we're going to need to slow down and land for a second. I ended up deciding to just skip the Hesperornis and go straight to the Kairaiku. Let's land. Just look around, make sure I don't have anything directly coming to attack me while I got low stamina. Alright. Flippity floppity. You know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and figure out where Carby is. Oh, dinosaur tracker. There's something in the water. I can hear it from here. Oh, man. There we go. 4,462.7 meters away. That's okay. The only reason I tamed this Carnotaurus is because it was a baby and I was just like, well, it's not the best colors pattern, but I'll take it. I'm not going to say that I don't leave things laying behind, but usually I try to grab what I can to take with me. Probably should have left my stone foundations on my Argentavis, but we're going to roll up here for a second, up to the mountain cave base, and see if there's anything I particularly want to tame around there. I do have a male and a female Megalonia. Oh, is that a Thylacoleo? No, that's... Oh my goodness. That's sad. It was a Carno. I do know I gotta keep my eyes out for them Thylacoleos, though. If you ever get hit by one, don't kill it mid-air. You don't want the drop. If it takes you down to the ground, accept it. Then pull out your axe and start beating it. Because who wants to die to the Thylacoleo? They're sneaky little boogers. Lots of metal and rocks, or crystal over here. See, I'm gonna make it up here to this ledge. I'm gonna sit for a second. Yeah, I just kind of figured that those mountains up there would be one of the things that you would be able to explore upon. Now, let me see if, yeah, there's definitely a barrier to stop you. So, there is a height limit, but it's got to be on all games. No offense, but this map is massive enough. If I had to try to make a base up there on top of the mountains too, I would probably more than likely just leave it alone. I was working on this one over here. This is where I was getting my Megalonia from. I do like the look of the waterfalls though. That kind of, it's a little bit more fun to see dropping down. So far, when I end up with areas like this that structurally I can add maybe 1 or 2, I try to go ahead and do so. And then when it gets down like this, I'll just put stone roofs to help reinforce it. That's as far as I got. I just wanted to put those down. Whether we use them here or not, I can always pull them back up. And that's one thing I love about Ascended over Evolved, is you could only destroy structures. You weren't pulling it back up to take with you. I cannot remember if this is the cave that I found a Megalosaurus in. I still get confused about this place. Of course, this is probably the farthest that I've ever gone into it, so let's venture around a little bit and see if anything pops out that I might possibly need. I do want to bring an Anki here with all the crystal and metal that's just chilling on the ground. But I may want to go ahead and make my industrial forge, or try to find one before I do that. I know on the island I found an industrial forge in a red supply crate with a ring around it, but that was on maybe my second playthrough. So far, no good luck like that again. I know after a couple of updates, they have changed around the supply crates big time. And usually, they used to give out pretty good materials, but there were quite a few that you just pop in on and you'd be like, I don't really want anything out of that. Here lately, each time that I've gone to a supply crate, I've been like, well, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. We're going to take it anyways, as long as Pteranodon over here can carry it. I don't take him out much, though. I like my RGs for the simple fact that their weight carry and the stone reduction. Metal, metal, metal. As long as I bring an Anki over here, I can definitely farm out what I need. Oh, there goes my belly rumbling. And I lost track of my stamina bar for a second. The only thing I see so far is a Gallimimus. Got to be very quiet while hunting rabbits. What's up, little buddy? That was funny. I'm not used to seeing Gallimimus just kind of walk up to you. They usually spot you and then run away. That or they're being chased by something. I keep playing around in here in the redwoods. I'm going to end up big time getting on a Thylacoleo. Pretty sure I could take it though. Depends on the level. I like that color on that Diplodocus. Hey, let's go through the tunnel for a second. Whee! Now that I have my ghillie suit, I really need to be looking for beehives. But I don't think I have any rare flowers on me, in all honesty. I did bring some bug repellent, though. Let's go play around in the water for a second. I mean, if there's beavers, there's probably beaver dams. What's up, little beaver? There's another one. Should have at least grabbed my flippers. Might have to start carrying them around with me too. Going a little farther for my Pteranodon than I'd like to. Ah, crap. Oh, very good. maybe. Recently injured. Alright, well, come this way, little bud. Not used to seeing a single terror bird. Usually they're in a pack. What you got going on? Does take a little while. This whistle stop. That way when I collect the fur off this one, I ain't got to worry about it. No, I don't see any beaver dams on this side over here. It must be a little bit either farther down the creek or up or down. There we go. Go ahead and hold him in the cryopod. We can finish growing him up whenever we get home to a base. Oh no! I think Pteranodon can handle himself. I did get its attack up pretty high. I just had it on passive in case I needed to tame anything. Let's go ahead and flip it back. Oh, he didn't even lose that much. I think I'm gonna have to do a little more research into where the best location for beaver dams are. Because I need that cementing paste. Either that or I have to find a cave where there's a lot of bugs. Any heads up? Please tell me. Wait, that's not one right there, is it? No, that's a rock. I got confused with a rock. Let's go chill over here on this big rock for a second. Ooh, falling to the bottom of it. Hey. Oh, I like that spot over there. I think I've been here before, though. That's probably where I'm going to cut this episode at. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and figure out where do I want to go from here. It's been fun chilling with you. Hope you enjoyed what I got going on. With little Gallimimus walking in the background right there, stopping on my Pteranodon. And hope to see you on the next episode.